Well, when I arrived, it wasn't a judgment on Luella. It was a judgment that American public education was not doing the job. That's true no matter where you are. And so, with that as a background, um, Henry County has always prided itself on serving the needs of kids. Our mission statement says that. And so, looking across the board, it was clear that we weren't meeting that mission. So that was the impetus initially for me to say we've got to do some new things. And so when this particular initiative happened and it was possible to be a part of this, I knew that this is where Luella High School needed to go. One, because we have the professionals in the building that are willing to take these risks because they really care about kids. And two, because I really see it as an opportunity to show that an existing high school, as difficult as it may be, can transition to a personalized learning school where we are serving the needs of kids.
Well, now it's the student is first. I've been teaching now for 17 years, and when I first went into teaching, personally, I just felt it was about me. I would get up to the board, I would teach, students would sit in their seats, I would do labs here and there, but it just didn't seem like it was meaningful to the student, and sometimes I felt that I was just teaching for me. I had the information, but how could I reach my students? And so you now fast forward my first year, and now you're looking at 17, and I'm like, wow, personalized learning. Why didn't we do this back then? And so I'm really excited because my classroom is no longer in four walls. It's bursting out the walls. It doesn't matter because a lot of times we're not even in there. I have students rotating, and so they're taking ownership of their learning. And so I'm able to see their passion.
Well, I think that the county, more than anything else, the county benefits from a degree to which we're committed to community. That it's not just about me, it's about what we're going to be. And understanding each other is understanding that we're going to be different from each other, and that belonging to a community and belonging to one another, valuing one another, is not about everybody fitting into one mold. It's about having an acceptance of everybody moving at a different pace and a different speed, but being equally committed to and contributing to the community what they have to offer. And so this starts to say from the youngest ages, it's okay for you to be fully you. You don't have to be just like the person next to you or the other 30 kids in the classroom and move at their speed. But at the same time, we're not going to let you just get away with doing nothing. You have something to contribute. We believe in you. And so we want to maximize for your benefit and for our benefit what we can all be if we give you that flexibility.
I like that you can individualize like the concepts so that you can actually like get the concepts and not just get like the vague idea and take it for a test. Like you can actually understand what you're supposed to be learning. I think it helps us in like beyond. I mean, it's definitely much harder to get the grade that you want as of now to get to where you want to be, but it also helps you in the future sense because like in college, the professor's not going to be on you and just like telling you, yeah, do this, so then we have to just basically reiterate it in a different saying. We're going to actually need to know the information in college, so I think it's very helpful in that way.
And I think it's helpful also because everything ultimately falls back on you, and that's what that's teaching us this year, is that we have to work hard for what we want, and we actually have to put in the work, which sometimes we don't have to do like earlier on, but I think this program helps.
I think it's going to help a lot, not necessarily in college, but when we get back into the working world, because nobody's going to hold our hand in the working world. Our boss is not going to teach us step by step what to do. He's going to give us a task to do, and we have to think of our own different ways to actually do it.
I'm excited because it's great for the kids, but then as I got into the work and started researching and then started piloting some of the things in my own classroom with another teacher, it really encouraged me to grow as a person, to really look at what skills the students needed to master and then how we could help them meet those individual skills. And so I feel like it's really enabled me to take a lot of the data that I was looking at before and actually make it meaningful and say, okay, here's where you're struggling. Here are some options to get you to the next level.
Overall, I think we know like this is going to be the best thing for the kids for them to be successful. They said they like to change. They're they say that we feel we're more worried about them doing well and being concerned with them doing well academically. They're saying, I'm glad you didn't put me in front of the computer, and at least, you're working with me and so on. But I think they really understand, like, we're trying to really work with them and say, okay, what can we do to best help you? I think that's huge.
Luella High School's excited about this. We recognize the challenge. We're scared of it. We don't have the answers. But isn't that really what we're asking kids to do? So if we are willing to own that, kids want to be a part. And so, I just see it as a great opportunity. I think it's an exciting time to be in education. I think it's an incredibly exciting time to be in Henry County. And I'm so appreciative that we have leadership in the district that says, we can do this differently. And we're going to do it right.
Well, I think that the benefit has been, at this point, more of the struggle. That we are thinking about every aspect of what school is in a different way. And so where we are going with personalized learning is a journey with a path that hasn't been cut yet. And so that is really uncomfortable, really risky, really uncertain. And that discomfort is probably where we are at the front end, but that's not a bad thing. Because as opposed to just dutifully walking through without thinking, even the more simple ideas, the simple challenges, we're having to think about. And so I value that part more than anything else, that we aren't just taking for granted. We're not just teaching from yellowed notes what we always knew and we always are, and that our kids think that it's just enough to get through. That it is the fresh challenge, the difficulty, the struggle that actually is going to be part of it, because we're going to struggle and still stay standing and then maybe take another step.
3 principal things right now. We have, over the last 2 years, developed an instructional focus period. Part of that instructional focus period is going to become a true advisory period, a place where we actually are one-on-one with kids. We move with kids by grade level, et cetera, et cetera. So then we already began, even before this initiative, to work on 21st century skills. We're going to be piloting a 21st century skills report card, progress report, to say to parents, this is the skill set that your students don't have or really aren't on grade level with. That's why you see they're having trouble with the standards. They're having trouble with the grade. And then finally, we've made a very strong commitment to standards-based that will roll to competency-based assessment and instruction. Because in reality, it doesn't really matter that you can tell me who the generals were of a battle. It matters that you can apply that knowledge and what you know about that to a greater question, or even to life as it is right now. And so if we're not working standards-based or we're not working competency-based, then we aren't truly moving kids to where they need to be. So, the look in kids' faces when they realize that truly it is going to be about them. There is nothing in this world to an educator that's better. Because when a kid gets the sense of empowerment, it is amazing what they can